Yo, what's poppin', everybody? It's your boy 232, and we just gonna get into a little spliffage
Smoke weed every day.
as I tell you all a little bit about myself, and just how we got here, where I come from, why I started making music, and why I chose to take this path in life. So, first off, since you guys don't really know me, 232, that's TWO32, and I'm a rapper, singer, songwriter. I would primarily call myself a singer-songwriter over the last few years because it's what I've been shining the light on the most.
Tell me, is it cool if I make love to you for as long as the day allows us to?
But yeah. First off, let's spark this.
Ooh, that sounds crispy.
I was approaching 40,000 feet when you tried to call, couldn't answer. These days it's hard to get a hold of a nigga, but the boy had to go get his bands up. Keep having dreams of California, bad bitches and Doja. And I hate to leave your side. I got hella love, but I only got one eye. You keep calling me to see who in my face. Your main concern isn't me, it's keeping your place.
I was born in Queens at Jamaica Hospital, and I grew up in Rochdale. That's where my grandmother used to stay, rest her soul. My dad stays there now, my aunt and stuff. And yeah, I grew up in Rochdale, primarily around Queens and stuff, until I was about 7. And I just remember at that time being like in Brownsville, and we was living in the P's. At one point, niggas ended up being homeless. Yeah, I was homeless with my mom and my 2 brothers and my stepdad at that time. And then that's what made us end up move to Florida. Moved to Florida for a little bit, stayed there for a year, moved to Atlanta. Atlanta is where I spent a good chunk of my childhood. I would say from 4th grade halfway through 10th grade is where I spent time in Atlanta. And I moved to Mississippi after that, and I actually never never had heard of Mississippi, and it was a mind fuck to say for my mom to be like, yo, we're moving to Mississippi. But yeah, I moved to Mississippi halfway through 10th grade year, and I stayed there for a couple years until I graduated in 2014.
I can't believe my bitch done left me out to die. It'd be a blessing if I had someone to ride.
I would say out of all the places that I grew up, Atlanta was definitely my favorite place. I'm not gonna lie, I used to hate Mississippi. People used to joke and be like, oh, you're from Mississippi, da-da-da. Like, no, I'm from New York. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Atlanta is probably my favorite place, just culturally and everything, because it's like another city, you know. So like coming from a city, going to Atlanta, it felt more like home to me than a place like Mississippi would. But I'm grateful for Mississippi because I learned a lot there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to that.
Can I take it off from my fingers to your head? Get those kisses I've been missing and remove your underwear, babe. Got a nigga, but you say that you don't care. He been dipping, dodging, moving, hella shady, and I swear, girl.
When it comes to music, it's definitely something that I've been around all my life. My dad raps. My mom used to play piano. Grandma used to sing. You know, so like music is something that ran in my family for mad long. My dad actually told me one day when I was asking him about, you know, just how I received music when I was younger and stuff. Reggae music has been my shit since the start of time. Anytime they wanted me to go to sleep, if I was cranky, they would just put on reggae music. Reggae music to this day still calms my soul, so that's funny. But he told me that I actually made a beat when I was 3, just playing around with his MPC. He had all his friends, made beats, rap. They had like a group and shit. And so yeah, when I was like 3, I made my first beat. When I was in like 4th grade, I remember that for my after school program, or like for my school or some shit, I had to write a rap for Thanksgiving, and I had to perform it at our Thanksgiving program that we had. That was like my first time ever really like performing, I guess, you know, on some like talent show shit. I just remember rapping about like collard greens and mac and cheese on some fat boy shit. And I didn't really take it serious though. It was just something fun to do when I was in 4th grade. When I was in 9th grade, I was in the marching band in high school, and this is when I was in Atlanta. 4th grade was when I was in Atlanta too, so all of this happened in Atlanta. Atlanta is really when I started to lean into my musicality and my musical gifts. We were on the way back from a football game. I was on the drum line. I played cymbals, and my cymbals were like way bigger than me because I was really small at that time. And we had a long drive back, like 3 hours or something, so they started up a beat, like the niggas who play snare drum and all that, they started up a beat on the bus and they started passing around the cypher. So naturally, like, I'm not finna say no, and plus we having fun, you know what I'm saying, so it's nothing too serious. But I start freestyling and I'm like actually nice, and everybody's like, yo, hold the fuck up, like, nigga, you actually nice. That just like added to the energy, and so we sitting there freestyling for hours and hours. And then from that point on, I started freestyling a lot more with just like my cousins. And then it got to a point where I was writing over old school beats. I liked a lot of the old school Cali beats, so a lot of those beats I was on heavy. And yeah, that's like when I was like 14, 15 is when I was putting all the videos on Instagram and stuff. And then like 16, 17 is when I decided like, yo, nah, I kind of want to take music serious. 17 definitely when I graduated, because that's why I moved back to New York, because I wanted to take music serious. And I just remember like telling my mom and my dad that that's what I wanted to do, and they were all like, you know, plan B, like, are you sure? You feel me? And I'm just like, yeah. And it wasn't like that they didn't trust that I wasn't good. It's just like a very unsure path to walk down. So I didn't feel them at the time. I understand them now. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, I felt like they was doubting me and shit. So the story of 232 actually started from the time that I was here on Earth, because that's the time that I was born. The progression of me like building 232 as the artist, you know what I'm saying? It didn't start until I was leaving high school. When I left, I had to get all my documents from my mom, and I seen my birth certificate, and on my birth certificate it says that I was born at 2:32 in the morning. And I was like, yo, that's kind of fucking cool. Made all of my social media handles 2:32 a.m. Like, that's what people kind of like know me by, and that's why like sometimes they fuck my name up and they be like, oh yeah, 2:32 a.m. or just 232. I take it all in stride. It's the same thing. When I first started dropping music at the end of like 2014, 2015, I was dropping music under my childhood nickname, which is Saya. My real name is Messiah. And so I was just dropping music under Saya. But when I would look on streaming platforms and stuff, there would be other people named Saya that had music out. And so I was like, nah, I have to like find a way to differentiate myself. And then one night I had a dream. And now the funny thing about dreams is I've been having deja vu, I guess like premonitions and stuff. And then I would live them like months and years down the line. Back to the story. I had a dream one night where I was like celebrating my 30-something birthday. I had children. All of my friends were there. It was this big backyard. I had this big house. You know what I'm saying? All of my friends were there. We all looked healthy. We all looked wealthy. We all looked good. You know what I'm saying? And everything just felt amazing. It was like I was seeing all of my successes. Woke up and it was 2:32 in the morning. And so I was like, that's it. Initially, I was going to make it the time due to like distributing services and stuff. I couldn't actually change my name over to a time. Like I couldn't have the colon in my thing. I just made it TWO32, all caps, big, you know, and that's how 232 came about. And I love it, honestly.
Tell me anything that you need and I'll get it, no problem. I ain't tryna play no games or even change your last name. I just wanna know what's poppin' with ya. I know ever since I hit it, nothing with you ever.
When it comes to musical accolades, I feel like I don't sit and actually recognize all the things that I've done up to this point too often. But the thing that I would say that I'm most proud of is definitely going on tour back in like 2019, I believe, or was it 2018? It was either 2018 or 2019. I'm really bad with time, but if I look at pictures and stuff, I could definitely take it back. I went on a tour with my friends, and it was fan funded. Ian and Hunter, and yeah, they had a band called Herrick and Hooley at the time, and we went on a tour. They brought me on, me and my boy James Bamboo, and it was a bunch of us. It was about like 10 of us, I feel like, as far as people who were performing and just like the team that was making everything work. Their fans funded the tours, the tour, and that got us all around the country. Like we went all around the country. But the reason why I was so proud of that is because my uncle, who was battling brain cancer, had actually passed like 3 days before I had to go on the tour. That entire time showed me a lot about myself, and it showed me a lot about just what music means to me. It just showed me my resilience and my duty to honor my word always, because I told my uncle that if I loved this, that I would always continue to pursue it no matter what. You feel me? So that time was just like very emotional for me because I wanted to be with my family who was grieving as I was grieving as well. But like I knew that I had to do this tour because I had already committed to the tour. I really wanted to do the tour, and like my uncle told me to do the tour. It was just a life-changing experience. Like we literally drove around the country in a van. We performed in people's houses, in people's backyards, and we were housed by these people. Like folks' moms are feeding us, you feel me? And giving us places to lay our head and giving us places to take showers and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And that was just cool. It was just like such a grassroots thing, such a community feel, you feel me? So yeah, I'm definitely proud and definitely glad that I got to experience that as a whole, because that experience was a blessing, and I felt like I definitely needed it at that time, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Can I take it off from my fingers to your head? Get those kisses I've been missing and remove your. Yeah, got a nigga, but you say that you don't care. Even dipping, dodging, moving hella shady, and I swear.
I would say that over time, my ability, or no, not my ability, my willingness to change for the better, and my willingness to see myself honestly, has to be one of the things that I'm most proud of, because without that, I wouldn't be here today, you know what I'm saying, with this opportunity, thanks to Jonathan, who plugged me in. I wouldn't be here without this opportunity if I didn't get past certain aspects of myself, you know what I'm saying? And if I wasn't willing to be honest with myself about, you know, just needing help, wanting help, how far I want to take it, you know what I'm saying? Just being honest about all those things, being honest about where I'm dropping the ball, you know what I'm saying? Being honest about where my actions aren't reflecting who I want to be in the life I want to lead and where I want to be in life. So I think my willingness to be honest with myself about that and my willingness to work on the things that are impeding on my growth or have impeded on my growth has to be one of the things that I'm most proud about.
If you need someone, then maybe I can be someone. 'Cause everybody needs someone, and you know you need someone. Yeah, if you need someone, then maybe I can be someone. 'Cause everybody needs someone, you know we
I initially wanted to start doing music because I wanted to inspire people to do whatever it is that they wanted to do, like in their heart. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to show people that anything is possible as long as you're like diligent in your action and you just keep working with intention. You know what I'm saying? Proper planning, perfect execution type deal. On the other end of it, after much reflection, I've realized that like music is something that I love and it's something that I'm naturally great at. So for one, I feel like when you're blessed with talents that it's not anything that you should waste. It's definitely something that you should share with the world. And then there's also the aspect of just like, since I know that I'm naturally good at it, I just want to get better. You know what I'm saying? And like music is one of those things that's like, there's no cap to me on how great you can be at music, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that I can just keep running after, always just chasing this, like how do I get better? How do I increase my performance? How do I enhance my performance? How do I top myself this time? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's definitely why I pursue music, outside of just like my natural love for it and my love for sound and how you can just like tell your feelings and your thoughts in such a beautiful way, in such a captivating way, you feel me? It's just like, music is another language. Music is another language. And music speaks to me, so like, I kind of feel like I had no choice but to pursue music. Like I am music, I am a song. Honestly, nah, I kind of just... If I could leave people with any piece of advice, I would just say to go for it, no matter what. And this is not to say to like deny yourself rest and things like that, but just go for it. Anytime that I felt like I couldn't do something, or I felt like I was too tired, or I felt like I was too weak, or I felt like I was too hurt to do something, when I pushed myself to do it, and I pushed myself past that point, and I pushed myself past those thoughts, I found out that I was fully capable of everything that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So I would just tell anyone and everyone to just go for it. Like, it is possible. If you can see it in your brain, then it's a possibility. There's a reality somewhere where that exists. All you have to do is create that reality. You know what I'm saying? Create the opportunity for that reality to exist by going for it, always. Yeah, man. That's my time. I'm 232. It's been a blessing. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to the music. And I hope that you guys come and chat.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. If we can make it past the detours, then we can keep walking. I know that you know what I need more, so much we need to pretend. If life ain't everything that you hope for, then maybe it's your fault. So you should know class and go and hurt more. Cause everything is right. Cause you never know when the time's up. I promise.